Finished? Finished? Finished. Okay, would you guys like to start? All right. Well, I'm going to introduce myself. My name is Nader. I'm not a magician in the traditional sense. I do something different. I do experiments with the mind. And tonight, with your kind cooperation, because that's all it takes, is your kind cooperation and mental concentration. And I assure you, I can read your mind. Deal?
Deal.
Deal, okay. Who believes, who thinks that the possibility that mind reading and a sixth sense and things like that, high sense of intuition exists? Who thinks that exists? Raise your hand. Who's a skeptic? Uncle Jibo. It's always the magicians. By the way.
I just haven't figured you out yet.
Oh yeah. He's a modern day Houdini. He's a by the way, we've met earlier. Your name is David. You're friends with Matt, who I know very well. But we did not prearrange anything before the show. Is this true, David?
True.
True. You're very analytical, I feel. You have a very analytical mind, yes? We sort of talked about that a little bit. The way you observe things in the world around you, you see details, yes?
Yeah.
Now, I know it's your birthday because you're wearing a birthday pin, yes? But if you were to name any other significant date to you besides your birthday, what date comes to your mind and say it out loud? And say the month and date.
Nothing's coming to mind.
Sure, that's okay. Birthdays are probably the most significant date that we could just think of right away, but what about Rebecca's birthday?
That was what I was supposed to go with.
What's her birthday?
January 18th.
January 18th.
Or is it
Oh.
21st? 21st.
21st.
That's close.
That's pretty close. You know, for a brother to remember even getting close, like by 3 days off, is pretty impressive. Give him a round of applause. And it's coming up too. By the way, you have now told me your birthday. We did not, like I said, we did not prearrange anything. But would you believe me if I were to tell you that when I was behind those curtains, a date came to mind and it happened to be your sister's birthday? Would you believe me?
I find that hard to believe.
He finds that hard to believe. So if I have proof, would you believe me?
Yeah.
Actually, you know what? Sir, reach into my pocket. There's one piece of paper in there. Would you reach inside and grab it? Okay. Unseal it. Open it up. I know it's dark in this room, but can you read it out loud? What date did I write on there?
January 21st.
Wow.
And I was not off by 3 days. That is yours. Give him a round of applause. Now, you know, my job really is not to convince you that I can read your mind or anything like that. My job is really just to entertain you, give you a sense of mystery, and if I've done that, then I've done my job. So that's all I want. But, you know, before the show started, I found 3 volunteers to have their mind read. I handed them a card. I asked them to write a fun fact about themselves. With those 3 volunteers, now hold up the card I gave you in the air. And just verify what I'm saying is true unless I'm saying something that's not true. Like I said, you wrote a fun fact inside of those cards. You've closed those cards. You have not told me what you've written down. Is that true?
True.
I was nowhere near you when you were writing. In fact, you've held onto those cards the whole time. You have not handed them back. Along with those cards, I handed you a little pencil. That's all I handed. The cards are closed, but I did have you write something on the outside, on the back of the cards, which is your initials, yes? So by just holding the card, I should just see your initials. Sure? I'm going to come by and collect them, and the reason why I have you write your initials, and you can throw the pencil in there unless you play golf, or mini golf. Maybe you're going to IKEA, I don't know. And would you mind just shaking it up? And the rattling you're hearing is just pencils. But the reason why I have you write your initials is because I'm going to draw them out like a lottery. And I might not get, even though there's only 3 of you, I might not be able to get to all of you, okay? So if I call your initials, just raise your hand and I will come to you. Oh, and by the way, people often say, you know, if you're a mind reader, why do you have us write anything down in the first place? Why can't you just simply tell us what we're thinking and pluck our thoughts out? The truth is there's a process to mind reading. I can't just simply walk into a room and start getting thoughts out of thin air. Now, sometimes it does work that way. But most of the times it doesn't work that way. You have to write it down. You have to see it with your eyes. If you see it with your eyes, I can pick it up from your mind. Sometimes contact is important. And having you write it down keeps things fair so you don't change your mind, because if you change your mind, I don't look very good up here, okay? So like I said, this is a receipt. HF. Oh, perfect. Stand up. And left hand, hold on to the end of the card. Good. A little closer to center, closer to my finger. Good. Now, we were introduced earlier.
Yes.
You told me your first name.
Yes.
Think of your last name. I'm going to see if our minds are in rapport.
Okay.
Think of your last name. And very clearly. Even if you don't believe I could read your mind, just for this moment, believe. Okay? Think of your last name. Frank.
Yeah.
Yes?
Yeah.
Okay. Think of your fun fact. Think clearly. Think clearly. It's on your body. It's on your body?
Yeah.
Okay, let go. Think where on your body. Think where. Where. Think clearly. Lower body? Foot? Pointing to your right? But it's the other foot, yes? Is it both feet? Think what your fun fact is. Clearly. Extra bone? There's an extra bone in your foot?
Yeah.
Oh my god! And again, just for the sake of, I know this is redundant, but we again did not prearrange anything. I didn't pay you money to play along.
Truly not.
Round of applause for her. What's the initial?
PS.
PS. Oh, okay. Miss, if I could just ask you to just stand up if you don't mind. And with your left hand, hold on to the card. Good. Think about your fun fact. Think very clearly. Very clearly. You make costumes? The screaming always indicates a yes. You're the last person, yes? I'll tell you what. I asked you to hold my wrist. Is that okay? Come on up. Give a round of applause. Okay. Now, think of your fun fact, but hold on to my wrist with your left hand. Yep, good. Okay. Think very clearly. Very clearly. Eighth grade? You skipped the 8th grade.
Yeah.
Yes! Would you like to see one more?
Yeah.
Sorry, it's sometimes reading minds is mentally taxing, but I'm gonna try to do one more for you. Does anyone have a small object? Any small object would do, as long as it's unique without too much sentimental or monetary value, preferably. Small, unique. Smaller than a cell phone.
Without value?
Yeah, without any value. That could work too. And makeup works. Yeah, lipstick. Okay. Lipstick or chapstick. Chapstick's great. Would you mind handing your chapstick to the gentleman behind you? Yeah. Sir, come on up. Give him a round of applause. Now, sir, we don't know each other. Is that true?
Oh, I'm a little hazy on it.
Comedian. Tell everyone your name.
Jeff.
This is Jeff. Jeff, in a moment, I'm going to be escorted out of this room through that door by 2 members of the audience. You're going to hide this chapstick anywhere you like. Anywhere you like. As long as my hand can reach and get to it. Okay? Just don't put it in the vent because it will slide down and you'll never see it again. It'll be like a Magic Castle time capsule that they'll unearth years later. Okay? So,
all right.
Unless you want to
Make
miss
it too hard for you.
Yes. hide it anywhere, as long as also it's not visible. So if I were to come back, if it's on the table, obviously, gig's up, right? I'm going to try to find it. So who would like to walk out with me through that door to make sure I can't see where Jeff's hiding the chapstick? Okay, we got one and one more. All right. And as soon as you're done hiding it, would you send someone to come and get us?
Okay, sounds good. All right, ready?
Ready? Okay, can you confirm while we were out there, there was no way we can see what was happening in this room?
Yes.
My back was turned, we were talking very briefly, yes?
Yes.
Okay. Now, who knows exactly where the chapstick is hidden? Raise your hand. Okay, and who wants to be my mental center? Everyone's hand goes down. Besides Dave. Anyone else know? You know exactly where it's hidden?
Yes.
Yes? And would you, so you would be okay just mentally dictating to me where I need to? I'm thinking clearly, yes?
Yeah.
Okay. Come on up. Give a round of applause. And just tell everyone your name?
Priscilla.
Priscilla. Okay, Priscilla. This is the honest truth. I can't find it unless you think where it is. I legitimately do not know where it is. But you do. So if you tell me where to go, I will find it. You're going to tell me in your mind without saying anything verbal. You're just going to think where to go. Either for me to go straight or back, up or down, left, right, until I get to exactly where it is. The clearer you think, the faster it is I will find. Okay? And here's the honest truth. This is not I don't do these. These aren't tricks. Okay? I'm not using that camera. That's a security camera. I have no one in the audience who's secretly feeding me information. And if you suspect that I use any of those things and can prove it, I will pay you $10,000 of my own money. Okay, and for magicians, that's a lot of money. So. Ready?
Yeah.
Okay, with your left hand. Okay. Good. 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 I'm going to move. You're going to move with me, but you're not pushing and pulling me. You're just thinking where I need to go. Okay. Can I have you stand up? Now stand right here. Think if it's on him or someone else. Good. Think where it is. Can you empty the pocket? Okay, I'm getting a very strong impression it's here. There it is! We got it! Be honest. You didn't know.
Didn't know which pocket.
She didn't know which pocket. Give a round of applause. Before I let you go, real quick, there's a gentleman.